Yeah. In 2012, they gave the green light. Said a brace on a pistol was perfectly right. SB Tactical built it, the ATF blessed the design. Then 3 years later, they moved the goal line. 2015, shoulder it once and you've redesigned. Turned law-abiding owners into criminals overnight. Sig Sauer pushed back and fought them for 2 long years. 2017, reversed again, just as we feared. Flip-flop bureau, change it every other day. Write the rules in pencil, then erase what they say. But the Second Amendment's etched in stone, not clay, and we the people aren't going away. 2020 December, a new proposal drops. 90 House members said, no, this stops. 5 days later, the DOJ pulled it back. Then Biden took office and went on the attack. 2023, the final rule came down. 3 million brace owners, felons in their own town. Register or destroy what you legally bought. But the court said, hold on, that's not what the law taught. Flip-flop bureau, change it every other day. Write the rules in pencil, then erase what they say. But the Second Amendment's etched in stone, not clay, and we the people aren't going away. They said for years we can't touch bump stocks, not our call. Then Vegas happened and they reversed it all. Redefined a piece of plastic as a machine gun. Supreme Court said in Cargill, no, that's not how it's done. You can't rewrite what Congress wrote with a bureau pen. Can't make us criminals and then make us legal again. The Fifth Circuit, the 8th judge after judge agreed. An agency that writes its own law is tyranny by deed. Now it's 2026 and they're calling it reform. 34 new rules in a regulatory storm. Rescinding what they swore was the law of the land. Tell me if it was right then, why the change of hand? They say, we want your trust. We're partners now, but trust is earned in decades, not a press conference bow. We've watched you flip on braces, bump stocks and more. You'll have to prove it this time. We've seen this show before. Flip-flop bureau, change it every other day. Write the rules in pencil, then erase what they say. But the Second Amendment's etched in stone, not clay, and we the people aren't going away. From the NFA in 34 to the GCA 68, every generation's had to stand up at the gates. F-Go, A, FPC in the fight. Every lawsuit filed is a lantern in the night. So comment on the rules, know the law, know your rights. Call your rep, show up and stay in the fight. Cause the only thing that stops the flip is people standing tall. They can't erase what's written on that constitutional wall. Flip-flop bureau, change it every other day. Write the rules in pencil, then erase what they say. But the Second Amendment's etched in stone, not clay, and we the people, we are here to stay. Shall not be infringed. 4 words, no asterisks, no footnotes. No flip-flop required.
Braces were just the beginning. Let's talk about the rest of it.
They looked at a trigger and called it a machine gun. Said 1 pull, 1 round, but that ain't how it's done. FRTs reset on the rearward stroke, not the forward face. But the ATF don't care much for mechanical grace. A rare breed fallbacks that read your own law, akin to the bump stock, same bureaucratic flaw. You can't reclassify a part with a memo and a pen. Congress writes the law, not you, not now, not then. Flip-flop bureau, move the line again. Call it legal Monday, make it felony by 10. But the Constitution wasn't written with an asterisk clause. And we the people didn't consent to rule by memo in gauze. 16 inches on a rifle, 18 on a shot. Arbitrary numbers from 1934's first draft. Al Capone's era wrote the rules we live by today. And if you cut an inch too short, you're a felon, no delay. A pistol with the brace, legal A. Rifle with the stock, crime. Same barrel, same round, different paper, different time. The logic doesn't hold and the courts are starting to see that a half-inch of barrel shouldn't define your liberty. Flip-flop bureau, move the line again. Call it legal Monday, make it felony by 10. But the Constitution wasn't written with an asterisk clause. And we the people didn't consent to rule by memo in gauze. In Europe they sell them at the hardware store. Here in protection, nothing less, nothing more. But here you wait 12 months, pay your 200 tax for a tube of baffles on a federal database track. They told us the registry was keeping us all safe, but the suppressor crime rate rounds to 0 on the page. Hollywood gave them a villain's calling card, so now law-abiding shooters wait a year in the yard. The Hearing Protection Act has died on the floor, twice introduced, twice buried. Wanna guess the score? We're paying the NFA tax for a 1934 fear of gangsters with Tommy guns who haven't been here in years. They built a rule around a number, 80%. Said if it's not quite a receiver, then no harm is meant. But then they moved the line, said partially complete will do. Redefined a chunk of aluminum as something federally new. Vanderstock hit the Supreme Court and the justice asked plain, where exactly in the statute does your definition claim? You can't make a part of firearm by wishing it so. Chevron's dead and agencies don't run the show. 10 rounds, they said, that's all you need to live. Picked a number right up in there with no standard to give. California, Colorado, New York drew the line. Then the courts in Bruen said, show your historical design. You want to ban a standard mag, show us 1791. Show us where the founders kept the loading of a gun. They can't because they didn't, because they understood that the right to keep and bear and keeping arms that were good. Duncan v. Becerra went up and came back down. Every band that can't find history is losing ground. Flip-flop bureau, move the line again. Call it legal Monday, make it felony by 10. But the Constitution wasn't written with an asterisk clause. And we the people didn't consent to rule by memo in gauze. See the pattern now? It ain't about your safety, it's about control dressed up in language lately. Every rule that fails in court just reappears reworded. Every owner who comply gets their compliance rewarded with more. Destroy it, register it, wait or face the law till the next administration sweeps it off the floor. Braces gone, bump stocks, reverse ghost guns in the courts. FRTs contested, suppressor still tax for sport. Here's the thing about a ratchet going one direction. It only stops when people force a course correction. SAF go away, FPC and the folks who show up. The comment period gets filled, the lawsuits backed up. Bruen changed the game, history and tradition. You can't ban what was common without a founding error edition. And every win in court is bought by someone who stood firm, who didn't comply quietly and waited for their turn. Flip-flop bureau, move the line again. Call it legal Monday, make it felony by 10. But the Constitution wasn't written with an asterisk clause. And we the people didn't consent. Don't comply. Don't forget. Braces, bump stocks, FRTs, suppressors, short barrels, ghost guns, standard magazines. One agency, decades of whiplash. 4 words haven't changed. Shall not be infringed.